What's up YouTube, it's JackalGoldKick, and I'm here with Zach D Productions, and we're going to be doing a video collaboration talking about 3 music artists that we think should be more famous and should have more attention. So for my list, I'm going to have like a variety of genre artists, so it's not just going to be rappers or anything like that. It's going to be like a rapper, a rock band, and a singer. That's how I'm going to go about this. So my number 3 choice is going to be Deuce from Hollywood Undead. Now Deuce is more known than the other 2 choices I'm going to have on this list. A lot of people do know Deuce, but he's still not that popular of an artist. Not everybody in the world even knows who he is. He makes really good music. I like Deuce a lot. He's awesome. I did a top 5 Deuce songs about Deuce. He's a great artist, but I do think he should be a lot more famous and a lot more successful, and I do think a lot more people should know about Deuce because he's really good, and he definitely deserves a lot more attention and fame because he's very talented. He's a really good rap, rock, nu metal artist. He's good at making rap and rock and nu metal and singing and blending that together. He does a really good job in that, and I think he definitely deserves a lot more attention. So that's my number 3 choice. My number 2 choice is going to be Cinema Bizarre. Now Cinema Bizarre is a rock band that I really like. They're my favorite rock band of all time. I love their music, I love their style. They were around for some time in kind of the late 2000s, but they disbanded sometime in the 2010s, but we never got a reason for why that was. Now Cinema Bizarre is somewhat known, but they're still not super known, and I think Cinema Bizarre definitely deserves a lot more attention, a lot more fame and recognition, and they should be more known than what they actually are, because I think they're a really good rock band. I think they make really good music. I like their instrumental work. I like their fashion. I like the main vocalist, Jack Strifey. He does a really good job at singing. I like the band a lot, and they should be way more popular than they are, that's for sure. They deserve a lot more fame, and it would be cool if they were more known and if more people knew who they were. So that's my number 2 choice, Cinema Bizarre. My number 1 choice is going to be JB, who is a rapper. JB's personally my favorite rapper of all time. I've talked about him many times before on this channel. I love JB. His music is incredible. He's got such a great body of work, never really falling off of his music, never really getting to a point where I feel like he sucks. From the beginning to the end of when he was doing music, it was great. He ended up stopped doing music because he wasn't getting anywhere for doing it 10 years and some change. But he was a really good rapper. I loved his music. I loved his songs. He was just awesome at what he did. And he put so much effort into his music. You know, he started to produce a lot of his own songs. He mixed and mastered his own music. And he was real. You know, he made authentic hip-hop. He told it how it was about a lot of stuff and how garbage mainstream rap was. He really told it how it was with a lot of things. And I like the authenticity that JB had. And I think it's a shame that he never got to be more famous and successful than he was. I think JB definitely deserves a lot more success and a lot more fame because he's talented, he's a really good rapper, and I think mainstream hip-hop could really, really use someone like JB, and it would be a nice change of pace to have someone like JB in there that can tell it how it is, bring some authentic hip-hop back, and just bring some realness back. And yeah, he definitely deserved it, you know, out of all the rappers I can think of. So yeah, that's my number 1 choice, JB. Great rapper, love his music. So that's it for my list of 3 music artists that I think should have gotten more attention and fame and should have been more known. Now you're going to see what Zach D Productions has to say in this collab and what his 3 music artists choices are for who we think should be more famous and known. That's all I got to say on my part. Peace out, and make sure to go subscribe to Zach D Productions and check out his YouTube channel in the description. That's it for my part. Peace, and let us know in the comments what 3 music artists or what music artists in general do you like that you think should get more popularity and fame and recognition. But that's it for my part. Peace out.
Hey, how's it going everyone? Zach D Productions here, and I'm here with JackalGoldKick. And in this video, we're going to go over 3 bands / music artists that we think deserve way more attention, that we find underrated, of course. So 3 choices for the both of us, and I do want to say thank you to JackalGoldKick for having me feature on the channel for this collab. So for my choices for this collab, I mainly went with bands. No solo artists in particular, mainly bands for me. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, one band that I do think deserves way more attention, and I always did think that this band was deserving of being a huge band. That band is Asia. For those who don't know, Asia started back in the 80s, and their first album was really their only big album. It's really the only one that a lot of people know about for some reason. I mean, not that they didn't have a following after their first album, but I don't know what happened after that debut album. But yeah, that first album is really the only one that a lot of people know. And of course, their song Heat of the Moment, which is their big song, that still gets played on the radio. And that is a really good song, but that's really the only song of theirs that you really still hear on the radio. I mean, I think there's other songs in their discography that I think are deserving to be played on the radio. But I don't know why that's the case, but it is what it is. But I do think that Asia does have a pretty solid discography overall. I really dig the 90s era of Asia in particular, mainly because that's when John Payne was the main face of the band. And I really dig his vocals. He has some really strong vocals. I just think he delivers a lot of soul and emotion in his voice. It's really solid stuff, and I really dig it. So Asia, really good band. If you're unfamiliar with these guys, I definitely recommend checking out their music. So another band that I think deserves way more attention is the band Live. Live is a really good alternative rock band. I really dig Ed's vocals and even the musicians behind him. The musicianship overall is very solid in this group. And the 90s era, which is of course you could say is the peak of the band Live, like a lot of their most well-known stuff is from the 90s. I mean, if you were to just check out their 90s work, I mean, you wouldn't be missing out on much after that. Although I do think that in the 2000s, they still had some good songs here and there. But their 90s work is really where it's at. I mean, you really can't go wrong with a lot of Live's 90s albums, like, of course, Mental Jewelry and The Distance Is Here, and my favorite Live album being Throwing Copper. That album has some of their best songs, like Selling the Drama, I Alone, Lightning Crashes, and All Over You. Such great songs for sure. So the band Live, really do dig this band. So if you're unfamiliar with them, definitely check out their music, especially if you like alternative rock. So my third choice for a band/music artist that I think deserves more attention is the band Red. Now, Red is a Christian hard rock alternative metal band. I don't know what you want to categorize them as, alternative metal or hard rock. You could really place them in either or, but they really do deliver this unique sound where they combined this hard rock sound in with this orchestral stuff, and it works together very well, and it creates this really epic and larger than life sound. Really cool stuff. And I would say Red's best albums are definitely their first two albums, End of Silence and Innocence and Instinct. I mean, if you don't check out anything from the band Red, I definitely recommend checking out their debut album, End of Silence. Really solid album, really strong album. That album has some of their best songs and some of their most well-known songs, like, of course, Breathe Into Me, Already Over, Let Go, which Let Go being one of my favorite Red songs, and then Pieces, which is a great song and very emotional. And I actually got to see Red live in concert twice, and both times I've seen them, I had a good time seeing them. So Red, really great band for sure. If you haven't checked these guys out, I definitely recommend checking out their music. So Red, that's my third choice for this collab video. So let me know what you think. What are some band/music artists that you think are underrated and that deserve a lot more attention? Feel free to let us know in the comments. So once again, thank you, JackalGoldKick, for having me feature on the channel on this collab video. So thank you all for watching. Have a good one.